Hello, thanks for joining me for another review. Today we've got an interesting one, and it might be a longer review, so putting that out there. This is a beer from Clay Brow Nano Brewery, and it's a collaboration with Conch Brewing and Cathop Beers, which used to be a bottle shop, I believe. Is it in the Liverpool area? I should be doing all this before I even come online, but we'll get to that in a minute. So this is called The Dark Side of the Goon, and it's got a cat on it. Look at that. It is a 16.8% ABV Imperial Stout, and the artwork on this pretty cool looking label is by Jimmy Davis, so check him out on Instagram, all lowercase Jimmy Davis. So yeah, apparently the is it the Cathop bar has actually closed down. I don't know how many of these bottles they actually made, but I can tell you that it was bottled on the 29th of December of 2018, so it's well over a year in a bottle. So the ingredients, all I'm getting on the bottle is water, barley, treacle, molasses, hops and yeast. So I don't know what hops are in this beer, or the IBUs. So it's a 330ml bottle of a 16.8% ABV Imperial Stout. It's got an interesting green bottle cap on this dark looking bottle. Big shout out to my good friend Adam for sending me this and multiple beers down from the kind of Liverpool area. Do we actually find out? Yeah, Skelmersdale, Lancashire, which I think potentially the Clueless Drinker could be from that area. Maybe not. Anyway, let's crack this beer open because we've been waffling on for a little while. So I'm hoping for a big, gloopy, thick-bodied Imperial Stout. Look at that smoke! Oh yeah, look at that rising up. Okay then, we're going to get that into glass. Wow, that's carbonated. You can calm down for a second, mate. Oh, look at the colour as well. We'll get into this in a minute, but it's rising up again. Look at that. Rising, rising, rising. Here we go. Boom town. Wow. So let's go and generate some more of this. God, it's pouring out a real dark colour. Carbonation. There's nice carbonation on this beer. Oh, look at that, jet black. Should be really 16.8. Do you think it should be black? Oh, look at that. Proper deep dark chocolate foam coming out of that. So it's a one finger tan coloured head. Look at that. That is actually really surprising for the ABV, that it's actually creating anything like the head on that. I've just had a 5.2% ABV porter and it was flat as a pancake, and now here I've got a 16.8% ABV beer and he got that. So what that about? Yeah, it looks like a chocolate mousse. Really tightly packed bubbles. It's jet black in the glass. There's no light coming through anywhere near around the rims or the bottom or around the top of the beer. It's just one of them beers. It's just absolutely jet black. I'm memorised by the actual colour of the head of this beer and a tightly packed fine bubbles on this beer. leaving a little bit of alcohol legs, which you kind of expect it's going to do. Let's get an aroma then. Yeah, and you are getting that treacle, syrupy, sweet, almost like burnt toffee kind of aroma. Yeah, you're getting a bit of booze. You're going to 16.8% ABV beer. Real roasty, toasty, but then there's also some it's difficult to put your finger on it, isn't it? Just big alcohol, basically. Big alcohol presence. And it's kind of masking other kind of aromas that are coming through, apart from treacle, sweetness, roasty, toasty malts. Let's go straight in for this one then. Cheers. Cheers, Adam, mate. Appreciate it. Help me. That's big booze. Big boozy beer. Very sweet. Rich roasted malt. Oh yeah, I'm gonna know I've had a beer after this one. It's one of them deals. It's an obvious sipping beer that you got sat there for a couple of hours, just chill out on it, enjoy it, get your palate kind of acclimatised to it. After time, yeah, the alcohol is always going to be there, but maybe that will subside a bit after maybe 5-10 minutes, quarter of an hour. This beer's at room temperature as well, and it's still got a ring around the top of the beer. Look at that. Absolutely amazing, really, for the ABV, that it's actually got a kind of a bit of a head retention, or around the rim. But now I've done that, and it's back to what it was before. Fantastic. But it's a big booze bomb of an Imperial Stout. Yeah, treacle, molasses, what I've already told you going into the review. Wish I hadn't have seen that, but it's what it is. It's kind of an oily, slicky sort of mouthfeel. It's resinous, vinous. I think vinous is the word. It's like a it's along the lines of a port wine, but with some added extras of that kind of fact. That it's got that kind of oily kind of hop presence. Yeah, marzipan. Burnt marzipan. Plums, figs, prunes. That kind of vibe. It's big and bold. It's the lower end of a full body. So that's, you know, this is not thin. It's to the point where it's almost chewy. It's a chewy beer. It's not a Star Wars beer, it's a chewy beer. Wow. Wow, what a beer. Or as Paul would call it, a session beer. So I'll give it one more swirl, one more sniff, and one more taste. I'll give it a rating. It's bombastic, Paul. I'm telling you now, mate, this is a bombastic, unthin beverage. It's one of them. It's got a lot of carbon, well, not a lot, but it's got a surprising amount of carbonation. Every time I swirl it, it's just reinforcing the head, which this beer is 5.2. You've probably seen the review. I don't know what order I'm posting these in, so it might not matter, but that's 5.2. This is 16.8. There you go. One more sip then. Yeah, it's rich. It's rounded, it's smooth, it's big, it's bold, it's beautiful. In terms of a rating then for me on this, I mean, this is one of them beers, it's a one-off. It's only had 14 actual check-ins on Untapped, and this was bottled, as I already said, 29th of December of 2018. So it's well over a year old, 14 months in the bottle, something like that. It's special. It's a special beer. I would give this beer a 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10, so it's a 4.5 on the Untapped scale. As I already told you, 14 check-ins, 14 ratings, none in the last 30 days, which is no surprise. And it's coming in at 4.21, which is, you know, it's a good score for 14 ratings, but I don't know how many of these beers they produce, whether it was a case of 24. And Simon, I don't think Simon's reviewed this. That's why I'm talking to myself here. Adam, I don't think have you had this beer? I can find out now, but we're not going to. So yeah, a 4.5 on the Untapped scale for me. Pretty special stuff. Yeah, I really appreciate you sending me this one out, Adam. Thank you again. So this is the dark side of the Goon. I don't know what it's in reference to, but hopefully Adam will let us know in the comments down below. So check that out, I'm sure he will. From the Clay Brow, or Brow Nano Brewery. Collaboration with Conch Brewing and Cathop Beers, which unfortunately are not there anymore. So let me know if you've had it before. Highly unlikely, but let me know. And thanks again to Adam, and I'll see you on the next review. Cheers.